Now, the 7 steps to positive change. Oh, these were so fun. These came to me one day when I was on a bike ride and I really, really wanted to do a workshop. I was thinking, how can I help people know how to really move through change and what goes on? And I'm on my bike ride and I get this great, great acronym. Being a 6th grade teacher and having kids in the public schools, I'm aware of the fact that when children are in special ed, they get an IEP, or an individualized education plan.
Oh.
So that's this part of it. But the acronym also stands for doing and being. Because I know in humanity sometimes when I'm lined up right here, all is well. I have a really good balance of doing and being. Who am I being and what I'm doing? This is a really cool place of balance where the do and be is together. But sometimes I get so busy in the doing that I forget completely about being who I want to be in it. You know, I might take the kids to the mall and I might buy them clothes and shoes and they might get everything they want, but I forgot to be the mom that loves and enjoys her kids. So sometimes I get into the doing too much. And sometimes I get into the being too much. Okay, I know that if I ask, I'm going to get some help from something bigger than me. So I'm just going to sit here and ask and hope it shows up. When I blend that with some doing, little inspired actions, ooh, wonderful things happen. So the acronym in itself was incredible for me. It's about doing and being, and it's an individualized education plan because I'm learning something new. I might have mastered how to start a center and how to life coach. It's always evolving, but I might have gotten that to a pretty good place of mastery. There are some new things that I have not even been able to touch yet. And those are the places of my challenge. So I'm learning new things in new areas of life.
Okay.
So it's a learning plan.
You're always on an individual education plan.
Yes. Always learning, always evolving, always growing. You never get it done.
Okay.
Have you ever gotten it done?
No.
Me neither. So that's why this was so cool, and I'm on a bike ride, and I'm so upset because usually these good ideas come in, and I have a pencil and paper in the back of my bike jersey, and I forgot it. So I went, oh shoot, and I started like beating myself up, and I went, wait, I can use these steps to help me get the pen. So I went on. The first step that I got was awareness. Until I'm aware, I have no idea, and I can't create a change. When my kids were little, they started repeating these funny sayings and these funny statements where they'd start taking on mannerisms. And I'd look at them and think, where did they get that? All of a sudden I became aware that they were getting it from me. I didn't even know I was doing it.
Oh.
You know, now I have access to change because I didn't even know I was doing it. So awareness is the first step. And that's why I called the first guidelines to awareness. Along with awareness, when I become aware, it's really important to be able to just accept. I'm here right now. Awareness, acceptance, appreciation, and self-love right here. Okay?
Okay.
Even right here. I cannot move until I accept where I am. This is the stuck point. Because in humanity, what usually happens is, oh no, I'm here, I don't want to be here, and I shouldn't be here. And that little devil on the shoulder that you see in cartoons starts talking and beating up. If I can come into acceptance, wow, this is where I am, right here, right now, and it's okay, wheels haven't fallen off, or even if they have, it's okay, and I still love myself. First step to change.
Okay.
Okay, second step is a desire. And it has to be clear. Clear and clear and clearer and clearer. Sometimes it doesn't come clear right away, but it starts. So this isn't like an A, B, C, D thing. It's sort of like an evolution. The next one is open to receive. This one addresses how I'm not open to receive my desire. Because usually when I ask for something and I'm not getting it, it's because I'm afraid. So in this step I can address how I'm not open to receive it, address the fear, and state how I am open to receive it. Again, I'm giving you an awareness. You will get whatever you need for tonight. You don't have to get everything at once. Okay, this is what the program is, and we evolve more and more and more into it. People practice it in the world, come back, share, get excited about all the changes, go back, practice, share, and such. Okay? But anyways, the O step is open to receive. B is believe. What are some reasons to believe I can get it? And I can be me right now and live the life I have right now, right now. Next up, inspiration. Follow your inspiration. And I say you can do that by asking, what is one baby step in the direction of my desire that I can take right now? That might be a little scary. It's usually inspiration, usually inspired action is a little scary. Really, really silly that it's scary, but it's scary. So what is one baby step in the direction of my desire that I could take right now? E is experience. And enjoy the life I have right now as enough. And P, practice. Practice. And praise myself for every single thing I'm doing right. Again, that praise part addresses when I become aware. I don't beat myself up. I go, wow, I'm aware. Now I know. Awareness is the hugest, biggest step, and by just being aware, I have access to continue and move in a new direction. To learn something new in the school of me.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that cool?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now I'm going to tell you a story about how this worked for the pen. I became aware I didn't have a pen, and I started to beat myself up, and I went, nope, I accept it. And I love myself even though I forgot it, and I came to the conclusion that if I got the good idea, it's going to stay. Somehow I'm going to be okay. That step was done. So what I was clear on is I wanted a pen. And then I wanted a pen, I wanted to write it down. How was I open to receive it? Well, didn't want it to come and poke me in the eye, rain from the heavens. I didn't want it to pop my bike tire. But I could believe I could get it because I've seen them on the roadside. I could believe I get it because I've been in the area and I've seen people I know and maybe they could drive past and get it. And I remembered when I saw it on the roadside, usually they're crushed. So I went back here and clarified my desire. I want a pen that works. Okay? So now that was done. This only took a couple seconds. Can you see how fast this happened in my mind?
Mm-hmm.
So then I went to the inspired step. Okay, inspired action. What could be one baby step I could take to get that pen? What could I do? And I remembered a friend of mine lived not too far away, probably 5 more minutes by bike, and I could go visit her. So I started going in that direction and went to the next step. And started to wonder why I could experience and enjoy life right now is enough. And I became aware of the fact that my 4 kids at home I felt like the umbilical cord was stretching when I was on my bike ride. And in that moment, I was on a bike ride and I felt free. I was actually trusting them to be home and I didn't feel attached to them anymore. It's like, oh, this is what I wanted a year ago, or 5 years ago, or 7 years ago, to be able to go on the bike ride and not feel like I was worried about what was going on back home.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, I'm so happy about that. This is enough, and I don't have my pen, it's okay. And in that moment, Jill, brand new pen was right on the ground in front of me.
Oh.
Isn't that cool? In that moment when I shifted to
Really?
that,
Yeah.
it was so cool. And the funny thing about it is, guess what happened next? Celebrated, yay, yay, yay. Now I want paper. And back up again we go. And that's how this process works. So we go into it a little bit deeper on how you can actually get into each of these steps, how you can use them, what these things are about. We get into some of the layers in the self-coaching program. And then these are also things that we can be aware of when working with someone else, because you can be more aware of where they're stopping themselves,
Mm-hmm.
or where they're not believing, or that kind of thing. I can become aware of eliciting an inspired action from them. Okay? Those kind of things.
I understand. That's good.
So those are the 7 steps to positive change that is part of the program. So the first class is really getting into how we can use those 9 guidelines. It gets into this a lot. There's a lot of conversation and a lot of integration. People bring the curriculum, it expands. That's the first class. The second class is You're Not Alone. And we look at different ways of knowing we're not alone in the world. The third class is putting your passion